Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be solving level 1 questions of chapter 5 formulae. So, the first question is Fahrenheit temperature F is 32 more than 9/5 of the centigrade temperature C. It given that the Fahrenheit temperature, which is denoted by F and is 32 more than the 9/5 of centigrade, which is denoted by C here. So this line we have to frame into a formula. So we can write it as F is equals to 32 plus 9 divided by 5 of C centigrade. And now in the next step we can convert this off into multiplication. 9/5 multiplied by C. So this is the required formula. The next question, question number 2, it says that here we have given S is equals to A divided by 1 minus R. Then we have to make R as a subject. So we all know that to making R as a subject here, we need to remove all of these things to the other side, and also we have to take this R into numerator as it is given in the denominator. So for that, the very first step we take here is S multiplied by 1 minus R is equals to A. Now by doing this, we have converted this R to the numerator place. In the next step, we need to multiply this S. So we have S minus S multiplied by R is equals to A. Now you can see we have to remove this S, this negative sign and this multiplication of S from here so that to get R as a subject. So we have minus S multiplied by R is equals to A minus S, because here we have positive S. And in next step we will remove this S from here. So we have minus R is equals to A minus S divided by S. And finally we have to remove this negative sign. So for that, we have to multiply by negative sign on both of the sides. So we have minus multiplied by minus R is equals to minus multiplied by A minus S divided by S. So now we have here, if you will multiply negative into negative, then you will get here positive R and is equals to, after multiplying this sign into the bracket, we will get minus A and plus S divided by S. Now this you can write in many ways. Either you can write as S minus A divided by S, and the next way is you can split this denominator with numerator and write it as S divided by S minus A divided by S. And from here you can see we can cancel this out and we can write as 1 minus A divided by S. So either we can write R is equals to this or in this way, or we can write 1 minus A divided by S. So all the three are correct here. Moving on to the next question, question number 3. Here also we have to frame a formula which says that the velocity here is given as, or you can say is denoted as V, and the initial velocity is denoted as small u. Next we have acceleration, which is here denoted by small a, and finally we have time, which is here denoted by small t. Now we have to make a relation between all these terms and we have to find out, or you can say we have to frame the formula of velocity v. Now it says that the velocity is equals to the sum of initial velocity and the product of acceleration and time. So we can write as v is equals to sum of initial velocity u and product of acceleration and time. So v is equals to u, and in the place of n we can write it here plus, because we have to do the sum, and product of at we can write a multiplied by t. So we have already framed the formula, which is velocity is equals to initial velocity plus a multiplied by t, that is acceleration and time. In the next question, question number 4, we have given that T of n is equals to a multiplied by r to the power n minus 1, and we have to find out the value of a. So T of n is equals to 32 we have, and r is equals to 4, and n we have is equals to 5. Now this you can solve by making a as a subject, or you can directly put the value and further you can change a as a subject to find the value of a. Now here we are making by directly putting all the value first, and then we will convert a as a subject. So here we have T of n is equals to 32. So 32 is equals to a multiplied by r we have as 4 and to the power n minus 1, that is 5 minus 1. So now we can convert this a as a subject after putting all the values. So you can write it as a is equals to 32 divided by 4 to the power 5 minus 1. Because here we have this 4 to the power 5 minus 1 in the multiplication, and if you will transfer this to the other side, then we have here in this form. Now this can be written as 32 divided by 4 to the power 4, because 5 minus 1 we have 4. Now if you will calculate here, then we can write it as 64 multiplied by 4, because we have 4 times 4. So if you will calculate 4 to the power 3, we have 64, and one more 4 here we have. Now this can be cancelled 2 times. Thus we can say that the value of a is equals to 1 by 8. In next question, question number 5, here also we have to frame the formula, and it says that the slant height which is here denoted by small l of a cone is equals to square root of the sum of the square of radius, which is denoted by r, and the height, which is here h. Then we have to frame the formula for L. So you can see here the slant height of cone is equals to the square root of the sum of square of radius and height. So this we can write as L is equals to the square root of square of radius plus height h. So this is the formula which is required in the question. Now moving on to the next question. Question number 6. It says that here we have a formula which is a is equals to pi multiplied by capital R square minus small r square, and we have to find out all the possible auxiliary formula. So we all know that what is auxiliary formula. Auxiliary formula is, if we have given one formula, then for every variable we will make it as a subject one by one and calculate all the formula, and that formula we called as auxiliary formula. So here we have pi as a constant, and the variable we have is capital R and small r. So we can make here two auxiliary formula. One is making capital R as a subject, and second by making small r as a subject. So let us first make capital R as a subject. So for that we have to remove this constant from here. So it will be 8 divided by pi is equals to r square minus small r square. So we are making first of all capital R as a subject, so we need to remove this small r from here. So it will be a divided by pi plus r square and is equals to capital R square. Now next we have to remove this square from here to make r as a subject. So we can write as r is equals to square root of a divided by pi plus r square, because if you will transfer this square to the other side, then it turns into the square root. And also you can solve by making square root both the side. In that also the square will be cancelled over here, and we have square root to the other side. So here we have formed the formula making capital R as a subject. So similarly we can find out the auxiliary formula by making small r as a subject. So from here you can see we can write as a divided by pi and minus r square is equals to minus small r square, because here we have this capital R square in the positive. Now next here we have to remove negative sign and this square from here to make small r as a subject. So for that, first of all we will remove here the negative sign by multiplying both the side with negative. So here we have minus a divided by pi minus r square is equals to minus multiplied by minus r square. So after calculating this, we get r square minus a divided by pi is equals to r square, small r square, because here if you will multiply the negative signs, then you will get here positive. Now we have to remove this square from here, and that we can remove by transferring it to the other side, and it will be square root of capital R square minus a divided by pi is equals to r. So here we have got both the formula. Now here you can also write this as by taking the LCM of pi over here, and this can be written as square root of a plus pi r square divided by pi. And similarly you can write this for small r also. Now moving on to the next question, question number 7. Now the next question, question number 7. Here we have given one formula which is a is equals to d divided by 2 and multiplied by h1 plus h2. And we have to check out all the auxiliary formula and we have to find out which of them are correct. So for that we will one by one find out the auxiliary formula and check out the correct option. So first of all, here we have three variables, that is d, h1 and h2. So we have here three auxiliary formulas. So let us first turn d into the subject. So for that, a multiplied by 2 is equals to d multiplied by h1 plus h2. And in the next step, we will transfer this to the other side. Now a multiplied by 2 divided by h1 plus h2. So here we have the formula for d. Next we have to calculate the formula for h1. So after this step, what we will do is, we will transfer this d to the other side. So we have 2a divided by d is equals to h1 plus h2. So for h1, it will be 2 multiplied by a divided by d and minus h2 is equals to h1. So here we have formula for h1 as a subject, and similarly by transferring h1 to the other side from here, we can find out the formula for h2, which is h2 is equals to 2 multiplied by a divided by d and minus h1. So we have got all the three formulas, auxiliary formulas, and now we will one by one check out the options which one is correct. So according to the option given in the question, the formula for h1 is wrong here, which is option C, and it says that h1 is equals to 2 multiplied by a divided by h2 minus d, which is not correct. You can see here for h1 we have 2 multiplied by a divided by d, not h2, and in place of d we have here h2. So we can say that the C option is the correct option for this question. That's all for this video. In the coming video, we will be solving the more questions of this chapter. Thank you.